Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have announced that they are going to be returning to New York City for World Mental Health Day. Based on their last visit, what could possibly go wrong? Hey up everyone, it's me, Steph the Alternate, your nerdy alternative, filling in for Andy whilst he's in hospital at the moment. The update is, as of the filming of this video, he is currently in surgery. As soon as I'm able to provide you with any further updates publicly, I certainly will do. But, as I've said before, Andy is the boss and he's telling me the show must go on. So here we go. Woo! Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have announced that they are going to return to New York City in a couple of days' time for the World Mental Health Day. Guys, what could possibly go wrong? Oh my goodness. So yeah, they're making the trip to New York City for Archewell's Mental Health Summit. It's the Archewell Foundation's Parents Summit, which will focus on addressing the ways social media is affecting young people's mental health. They've invited those parents who lost their children as a result of negative social media usage. And it will be Archewell's Foundation's first ever in-person event, so all eyes will be on the pair as they host it, which, you know, I understand that sentiment, don't get me wrong, but I'm thinking that more eyes are actually going to be on Megxie and Hazza in a couple of days' time when they're in New York City because of the last time they were there and what happened. So, for the uninitiated, just to quickly remind you of what happened the last time they were in New York City. So, it started absolutely fine, you know. Megxie was in town back then. She was receiving the Ms. Foundation's Women of Vision Award, recognising her, quote, global advocacy to empower and advocate on behalf of women and girls. Yeah, she won. Won that award, apparently. And, you know, her advocacy for women and girls, last time I checked, I'm female. I don't personally see any advocacy for women and girls for Megxie, but you know, nevertheless, she won this award, she got the award, she was dressed in gold, she was with Hazza and her mum at the time, Daria, a nice little night out for the family, right? Yeah, that all turned to rashes when they then claimed after the event that they were in a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. They explained that apparently this relentless pursuit lasted over 2 hours, resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 New York Police Department officers. However, the NYPD said in a statement that, you know, they assisted the private security team protecting Megxie and Hazza, that there were numerous photographers that made their transport challenging, but they arrived at their destination and there were no reported collisions, summonses, injuries, or arrests in regard. So in other words, NYPD is turning around and saying, Megxie, Hazza, what are you chatting shits for? Yeah, that happened the last time they were in New York City. So all eyes are really going to be on Megxie and Hazza when it comes to this particular visit next week, because we're all going to be like, what shiz are you going to be concocting up this time? Now, it's not just us that's thinking this. It's also crisis communications expert Andy Barr, and is believing that ahead of their next trip to New York, Megxie and Hazza will plan to do their best to, quote, repair any reputation damage that happened from their last visit, and visit New York City with the additional of beefed up security for their safety. He says Meghan and Harry have a slick media machine behind them and they will be keen to repair any reputation damage that happened from their last visit. We can expect to see a real charm offensive, unscheduled stops for community engagement, and probably public praise for the city in general. Now, this is the thing, right, guys? They are apparently, right, going to New York City for the Archewell Foundation's Parents' Summit, right? The last thing that they should be focusing on, right, is their own reputation, right? This should be an altruistic visit to help other people when it comes to mental health in social media, right? That's pretty much what their summit is all about. But be under no illusions, because this PR communications expert is entirely correct. It ain't just for this summit that they're going to New York City for. They're doing this for their own ends, for their own interests. This is not altruistic of them whatsoever. This is to repair any reputation damage that happened from their last visit. Guys, it's all about them again. And it's all about them getting their popularity points up. Because last time I checked, with Megzy in particular, she's at -2. Yeah. And this whole thing of unscheduled stops for community engagement and probably public praise for the city in general. Again, for me, this will not be for altruistic means. No, this will be for their own ends. Again, to repair their own reputations. Yep. This whole thing of, oh, we love New York City. New York City's the best. Blah, 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 right? Yeah, we're not forgetting the last time they were in New York City and completely tried to trash NYC with this whole story of this near catastrophic car chase with the paparazzi. And guess what? Others aren't going to be forgetting either. So NYC Mayor Eric Adams actually cast doubt on their story at the time that they said that this all happened. We even had stars of The View slamming the pair for their, quote, misleading statement, with Whoopi Goldberg saying that it cut their credibility in half. So going into this a little bit more, so Whoopi Goldberg at the time hit out at the Sussex's spokesperson, saying that the word chase implied that the alleged caper took place at high speed. She says, when you use that kind of verbiage, know that your credibility will get cut in half because New Yorkers will say nobody moves that fast. She also says, I think people know if it was possible to have car chases in New York, we'd all make it to the theatre on time. And the audience then laughs at this. Megzy and Hazard turned themselves into even more of a laughing stock with their last New York City visit. Co-host Sarah Haynes similarly absolutely shaded them for their statement, declaring the terms they used were misleading. Alyssa Farrah Griffin also agreed, saying that it was a PR failure. And you also had the likes of Piers Morgan, Megyn Kelly, Caitlyn Jenner. They all also ridiculed them both about the car chase. So when you've got an announcement here from Hazard and Megzy saying, we're going back to New York City and we're going to be having the first ever in-person event for Archewell Foundation for a parents' summit focusing on addressing the way social media is affecting young people's mental health, right? On the face of it, you know, it sounds good. It sounds very altruistic. But when you really, really dig into it all, no. It's not, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. They chose New York City for a reason. And this is to repair any reputation damage that happened from their last visit. As far as I'm concerned, again, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. They're not attending New York City for the sole purpose of being altruistic, to help young people when it comes to the negative effects that social media has on them. It's to repair their reputations from what happened the last time they were in New York City, and that they had this freaking story of a near catastrophic car chase involving the paparazzi that literally everyone and their dog and cat completely disbelieved. Yeah. Well done, Hazard and Megzy. You don't think that they could screw up any further. But somehow they still do. They do have a massive talent for doing that, don't they? With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and of course there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to Popcorn Palace, hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time we upload a video. Like this video and comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories and whatevers. And until the next time, you guys, laters!